How did this Western space grunge band become one of the coolest sounds on the internet? Dexter and The Moonrocks, a grunge band out of Texas, is taking over the internet with their new song, Freaking Out. If you haven't heard this song, you have. You've definitely heard the riff. This song is sick. I mean, from the lyrics to their overall vibe to their music videos, just everything. This band is going to be something super big. I can already tell. They're a band out of Texas. Texas is just making heaters, apparently. All these bands coming out of Texas. Started in 2021. In a matter of only 5 years, they go from creating the band to now being on tour full time, headlining their own tour, probably going to sell it out. One thing I thought was super cool was I was kind of going back on their TikTok and on their Instagram, and a post that they recently made was kind of like a throwback to where one of the members was going around and saying, "What do you do for a living? What do you do for a living?" And they're naming off the actual jobs that they have, full-time, part-time, whatever. And then now he's going around going, "What do you do for a living?" "I'm in a band. I'm in a band. I'm in a band." That's the power of the internet. If you have something and you have a dream and you're putting stuff out, it's just a matter of time. Especially if you have raw emotion and it's authentic, you can't lose. Dexter and The Moonrocks is made up of 4 band members: James Tufts, Ryan Fox, Ryan Anderson, Ty Anderson. I think that James Tuft definitely has a specific look to him, Nirvana, Kurt Cobain type of vibe, which that's just a very slight representation. That first came to my mind. That's not any sort of jab or anything at anybody. I think that if you can pull it off and if you're authentic with it, I mean, who isn't inspired by Kurt Cobain? I mean, some people, it became trendy to mention Kurt Cobain, but the real ones know. Made up of 4 band members out of Texas. One of their first singles that came out, Couch, really started to kind of build momentum for them on TikTok, but the one that really took off was Freaking Out. The song Freaking Out is something I think a lot of people are attaching to because a lot of people can relate to it. I think that the lyrics are very unique, very relatable, authentic. I feel like it touches on some sort of maybe depression, and I feel like a lot of people can relate to that because everybody is fed this perfect world on social media of, "Oh, I'm living a perfect happy life. Oh, I'm happy. Everything's perfect. Nothing's going wrong." Where 90% of the population, something is going wrong. They're not happy. They're unsatisfied, or you might just be kind of just in a funk. And I feel like the artists who touch on that are the ones who really blow up. That goes across all genres, whether it's rock, rap, country. I feel like the new kind of age of people are really done with the whole life is perfect all the time, because it's not. Let's face it. There's problems in the world, a lot of stuff going on. People go through things, and not everybody wants to hear about how many chains and cars that you drive, or you and the boys going out and drinking beers, or I'm partying and doing this. Like, not everybody wants to hear that all the time. People want to hear something that they can relate to, that, damn, this song speaks to me. That I feel like I'm in this song. This song was written for me. I feel like this song, Freaking Out, hits on that, especially with the main kind of like bridge chorus, whatever you want to call it.
Got something in my system. She said, "Why you gotta take it so far?"
Got something in my system. She said, "Why you gotta take it so far?" I feel like that phrase right there and that line right there is, I mean, money. People can take things too far. Whatever it is, a hobby that you're really into, and why do you always have to take it so far? Why do you always have to drink so much? Why can't you just take one puff of the joint and just leave it at that? So I feel like that line resonated with so many people. And the breakdown. Let's be real. The band kicks in. Just hits it. And I mean, it's not crazy shredding. It's not all this double bass. And it's not all this guitar solos or whatever. That's why I think that grunge is just simplistic, but it speaks. The lyrics speak to people, the overall guitar riffs and the vibe of it, and it just makes you just want to it makes you want to take it so far. It makes you it makes you want to hit something and take it too far. I feel like this song is just money and they are blowing up because of it. The music video of this was definitely not over the top. You can tell that the budget was low, and I like music videos like that. A lot of bands nowadays, unfortunately, especially whenever they sign to a big record label, it just seems like, they have the sound stage and the CGI going, and the more that they put in, it just, oh, this is going to go crazy. And it's like, no, sometimes it does. I'm not trying to hate on new bands coming out, but why is it all the time that the bands with the lower end budget and the less gear and the less this and the less that seem to take off the most and seem to be the more authentic? Unfortunately, I feel like record labels really kind of ruined it. I feel like the bands who stay true to themselves and that they don't try to oversell and they don't try to become something that they're not, and they're just more of, this is what we got, this is what we created, here it is. That goes so much further and creates such a more cult following where your fan base ain't going anywhere. Dexter and the Moonrocks definitely hit that, especially the music video Freaking Out. Pretty cool. Like, I like the scene where it's from outside and it comes in somehow, like probably like a drone maybe or something, but whenever he goes into that abandoned building and it follows him in through the window, and they're breaking the instruments in slow motion and all that, you could just tell that it wasn't all this crazy stuff. They had a cool idea, they executed it, they made it interesting, and it didn't take away from a badass song. The song spoke for itself, but just adding that little bit of extra flavor with the music video was perfect. The whole package of the song Freaking Out, no wonder it's going crazy. I mean, it has a really cool riff, relatable, and that's what anybody could ever want, especially in today's day and age where it's just so oversaturated with, I'm cool, look at me. I feel like they kind of touched on a lot of things also that people can struggle with, where it's panic attacks. Maybe somebody has to take medication for it, and I don't know if the lead singer does or not. If he does, that's really cool that he was able to put that into the lyrics and was comfortable enough to put that out, because the amount of people that he probably touched with that and resonated, probably could have saved some people, let's be real. That whole, I'm just going to lay it out how it is for me. If you don't like it, keep scrolling. The song Ritalin is sick. I love that song too. I feel like that one's more about like mental health. And again, the fact that you're being outspoken about that, especially in today's day and age where a lot of people are maybe depressed, that's just going to resonate with so many people. And you never know the power of music. They have multiple songs that are just hitters. It's not just Freaking Out. Freaking Out's the one that definitely, in my opinion, popped and has really gained them a lot of traction. They have a lot more than just that song. So definitely go and check out the rest of their songs, because man, they're gonna go places. So I first saw this video, of course, on TikTok, scrolling, and everybody's making reels to it, whether it was with the lyrics or not with the lyrics. I saw a lot of like bike videos, people on street bikes, people in their cars, nostalgic ones where it's just, really cool scene and people like walking or whatever. People were taking this thing crazy and they loved it. It was super cool to see that. And so then, of course, I'm trying to figure out who is this? And then Dexter and The Moonrocks. I was like, that name is kind of like an older school type of like way of putting together a band name, right? Like people would put, I can't think of one off the top of my head now, but they would put like so-and-so and the whoever's, Freddie and the Doughboys or something, and I feel like that way of putting together a band name has been around for so long, but hasn't been used in a long time. Dexter and the Moonrocks, and also them kind of categorizing themselves as like a Western space grunge, which is cool. Space grunge? I've never heard of somebody say space grunge. I've heard of like Western grunge, Western rock, but space grunge? I thought that was kind of cool, and especially with Dexter and the Moonrocks. I thought that the lead singer's name was Dexter. So, I mean, that just goes to show you. But the tour that they're on right now, even the flyer on that has kind of a space feel to it. And it's just cool, man. So I really like the overall vibe of the band, whether it's the name of the band, to the visuals, to their kind of artwork. They are definitely going to go far, especially for what some people say, oh, it's just another TikTok band. Oh, what, you're a TikTok artist, or it's a TikTok band. Well, what is your band doing? What is your band doing? People who say, oh, it's a TikTok artist, who cares? I feel like that's how you pop, and now you're on a tour that's probably selling out shows. So, you know. So my take on Dexter and the Moonrocks Freaking Out is that it is a 10 out of 10. You have to go check it out. If you haven't heard the song, you're living under a rock. You've heard it. So I'd be shocked if you haven't heard it. If this is the first time that you're hearing of this song, drop a comment, because I am surprised. It is one of the most played, and they're in like the top 30. I think it charted at top 30 songs, above so many other bands, and all from social media. So those haters that are all social media this or whatever, hey, they made it. They're doing it. Totally a playlist pick of the week to go check out. Dexter and the Moonrocks, whether it's Ritalin, Freaking Out, any of their other songs, go listen to them and check them out. They're on tour right now, so if you're in one of the cities that they're touring, I wish I could go. I was looking, because my lady would freak out if I took her to that show. So if you're in one of the cities that they're touring in, I would go check that out for sure. That's my playlist pick of the week. If you like this type of episode, drop a comment on your favorite song from them. When you found out about them, was it whenever they were going viral? Was it before? Of course, people are going to be like, I was day one. Well, that's awesome. So, I mean, I'm part of the trendy fans, and I found them on TikTok, and I'm not ashamed. So that's it for this episode of the Vibe Archive. If you like these types of episodes, drop a like, a comment, even subscribe. Let me know another band I should do one of these videos on, and I'll see you guys next week.